give you guys an update before I go to bed. So I got another court hearing tomorrow. I think this is the last of it. I think what they're going to do, I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. I think what they're going to do is just put it on paper for me to stay away from my old apartment complex, because that's where this crazy person lives. And I already told my attorney, yeah, that's cool with me. I don't care. It's good hunting ground for scrap, but I don't need to go there. As far as my living conditions, I'm still in the Airbnb. I really like this Airbnb. It's very central to a lot of things. It's on a main artery that can pretty much get you to wherever you want to go within the city, where it's connected. And how much does it cost? It costs me $39 a night. How can I afford it? I am on disability and I have a side hustle, which slows down in the winter. My side hustle is I do appliances. So I have my own little appliance gig. And what do I do with appliances? I buy, sell, I fix, I deliver. So I do house calls. I'm getting more and more into that, thanks to YouTube. And I'm probably going to get a certificate in that just to make myself look more official and give myself a lot more knowledge. I was thinking about an apprenticeship, but I don't want to work for anybody because I don't want to lose my disability, and I don't think I can work for anyone. That was a discussion the last time I was on. Not unless it's part-time. So there's that. 55, I don't know. I have a degree. I have a 4-year degree, health administration. And it's surprising that I can't get nothing in that, the whole health administration degree. I can't get nothing in that. Not in this town. Somebody said I need to move. They're probably right. Now, I thought about just living in my trucks and just heading down south to, maybe North Carolina or something, and just living out of a Walmart parking lot until, and just hustling out of there, get a storage unit. And, I don't know, go buy some fridges off of Facebook marketing and, fix them and start flipping them and just living my, in my trucks. It's highly possible. I found some apartments, that have the pros and cons. I came from a townhouse. My townhouse gave me 3 floors, so it gave me upstairs, living room, basement. I also had a patio and I had a shed. So all of that equates to I was able to store a lot of appliances. So one of my appliance videos you guys have seen, somebody's like, where'd all the appliances come from? Like, how come you got that? Look, I have more than that. And that's because I had like 4 dryers downstairs and a washer. One of the dryers didn't work. The other ones worked. I lost one in a trade. So that's that. But this one place I'm looking at, it's 10 minutes. Well, it's 10 miles outside of the city. I'm not happy about that. It's a small apartment, and they want $925 for it. It's like, this is small. It's got a little extra room onto it, but they're like, listen, you can do some work for us, and because it's in an apartment complex, and we're always in need of somebody to help do these appliances, when they go out. And these guys know that I'm not, official or, certified, But I know more than the average person when it comes to appliances. I can get to the root of the problem, you know, pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? My investigative skills, I can get to it pretty decent. And I do go on calls sometimes. So, people do recommend me because my prices aren't expensive. And I really, really harbor on customer service. I'm a real customer service dude. And that helps because 5 years later somebody might call and say, hey, do you have this, that, and the third? And I still get those calls from customers I had a long time ago. So I really concentrate on that. I have a 5-star rating on Facebook. I covet that 5-star rating because it's important. When people buy from me, they look at my rating and then they go, okay, this guy has a 5-star rating and good reviews. So I try to fight for that customer service, that good review. I try to back up everything that I say, but not like, and it spills over to getting recommended to handle some appliances. So I am not proficient at any particular appliances, but I just enjoy working on them for the most part. You know what I mean? Especially refrigerators, even though I don't put in compressors. I just enjoy trying to figure out what is wrong with the refrigerator, and a washer and dryer, but mostly refrigerators. So, so tomorrow I have to make a decision. Also, like I said, I got to go to court tomorrow morning, but tomorrow I have to make a decision on where I'm going to stay at. I could possibly get some VA help. One other apartment that I was looking at is near campus, not far from it, which is cool because, I would love to get an OIG and just, go right back to school and get, my master's degree or whatever. It's a 2-bedroom, nice space. The bedrooms are nice, good size. But it's up like on a third floor or something. And the problem is I don't have anywhere to work. My last apartment, I worked right there at the apartment. I can just bring those appliances into the kitchen, pretty much stick the back end out the patio door, hook up the hose, and then run a washing machine just right there, let the water just spill out on the patio. Or I can just put the washer on the patio and, extension cord plug it in, boom, get me a nice load done right there. I didn't have a dryer hookup. The one place that is kind of, away from town and the apartment is small, you know what I'm saying? But the thing I like about it is they are trying to make accommodations so I could work. So they have the extra room. They're like, we're going to put a 220 in here. We're going to insulate this and drywall it. I'm like, cool. They're like, it's going to be your space. Cool. And, we can also go in here where the laundry mat is, and boom, you can put in a washer right here. And you can go ahead, thanks for the light, you can go ahead and hook up your washers right here. And we're going to run an extra, hot and cold line. So you can, boom, make it happen right here. Now, the price of that is $9.25, but there's no light, no gas, no internet, and no water bill. So that's like $225 that I would be saving. So I said, cool with that. But what really makes me think I'm going to do that is, for one, it's away from the city. I really like being close to the city because I can ride around and look for, stuff to take to the junkyard and make $70. You know what I mean? I love that. I love the fact that I could just, run up on some trash and then boom, washer, dryer, a broken gate or fence or, metal tables, boom, straight to the junkyard, $50 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? So I really like that, but I won't have that living, on the outskirts. And another thing is, riding around like that, people see what you do. They're like, yo, can you come get my stuff? I'm like, 30 bucks, I'll come get it. They're like, boom, let's make it happen. So I've made good deals doing that. Well, I'm hanging in there. So, when people see what you do and they respect it, especially when it comes to the appliance business, they respect it because a good appliance person is hard to find. That's just that. People will rip you off when it comes to appliances. You'll pay $200-300 for a really nice, Samsung or Kenmore or something like that, front loader, and just keep my head up. Well, I got to do more than that. But so your word is your bond. I don't like working on front loaders, but I will. You know what I mean? Usually when, something's wrong with a front loader and you got to start taking it apart, I let the customer know, you're like, it's going to take me hours to do this. Some people can tear apart a front loader in no time, but tearing it apart is not the problem. Finding out what the problem is the problem. And there's a lot of tearing apart. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. There's a lot of tearing apart you got to do to a front loader. It's just way different than a regular, 27-inch top loader. So, but nonetheless, if they say, hey, we're willing to pay, just let us know what's going on, then you just get in the weeds, and about time it's all said and done, you're like, listen, you're going to end up paying me about $300 just to figure what's going on. And, some customers might be like, we'll pay the $300, just let us know what's going on, and then sometimes the news can be bad. Like I had a customer call me. He says, hey, you helped me get my stuff. What happened is I delivered for another guy, and I helped him get his stuff downstairs and set it up. He hasn't even had it for 2 weeks. He had a 30-day warranty on it. And boom, bam, it went out on him. It's throwing an error code and everything. And I'm trying to analyze it over the phone, what it might be. I have no idea. And I said, look, you probably need another motherboard. He says, yeah, I talked to a tech and they said I need another motherboard. Look, boom, bam, you know what I'm saying? Boom, bam, you need another motherboard. The thing about it is he could have probably got one for about $100. But he's like, no, I'm going to go out and buy another washer, but I want you to deliver it. I want you to pick it up and deliver it for $50. I kind of scoffed at that, but I was like, you know what? I'll do it for $50. But then he wanted to sell me the old washer. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm going to take that to the junkyard. He's like, how much would I get at the junkyard? I said, you might get $7, $8, maybe $10 at the junkyard. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just, it's like, dude, these are heavy, but the junkyard's not going to give you, $80 for one item. They just don't work like that. You're going to get maybe $10 for that item. You want to, I mean, I had a full load and I only got, $60-70 off of a full load. And there was some heavy, shoot, I had an old refrigerator on there, a newer refrigerator on there, plus 2 washers and a dryer, and I only got $70 for that. It's like that stuff was so heavy. So, you're not going to get anything from the junkyard unless you really, But that's part of my hustle, so I'm going to miss the junkyard hustle. So that's just giving you guys an update. I can either stay on campus with the 2 nice rooms in the apartments on the 3rd floor with no place to work, or I can stay 10 miles from here, out of the city, where I'm not going to get that much work from riding around and getting it like I really like to do, unless I come into town. But the landlord is saying, look, You come down here, you get this apartment. We're going to fix up this extra room for you. You don't pay no light, gas, or water or internet. It's small, but you take it, $925 a month, and then you go ahead and then fix our stuff, and we can make a deal from you fixing our stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna take. I'm probably going. I really don't want to, but I might take that deal because I have so many appliances. I have so many dryers, and if I can get my supply to where all my washers and dryer are all fixed, if I can fix them all, oh my God. I mean, if I can get them all, whoo, my goodness, if I can bang them all out and then just, storage unit them and have a nice inventory, I would be back in the game. I'd be back, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'd be slinging. I'd probably be getting rid of them, 2 of them in a week. And you'd be looking at a profit, a half decent profit, you know what I'm saying? $1.50 each going out the door twice, and it's decent, you know what I'm saying? It's decent. And, you know what I'm saying? And plus a supplier call, hit me up and said, listen, I'm going to have some stuff ready to go here soon. So keep me in mind, but he, so I go buy from him and then I go flip it because he doesn't have room. So that's what's going on with Tone. I got to be out of here by the 18th. Or the 20th. I can extend and get 2 more days. So there's that also. And then if I want to extend past that, I have to change rooms. To live here for a whole month, you'd be looking at about $950. So it's just a little bit more than the rent that I would pay, like $30 more. But of course, you're not paying electric, gas, or water, or internet. It's pretty much the same deal. Except you're living here. You're not paying none of those except you're living here. And I actually thought about doing that because I was like, shoot, I can just go ahead and schedule for all next month and just keep my behind here because I'm going to be paying the same. The only thing is I can't work out of this location. It's a great location, but I can't pull up with a washer and dryer and start messing with their water. I'm not doing that at all. These are great people, and I don't want to do anything to mess this up because I want to come back to them sometime. And they've just been super duper great people. So you don't mess with people like that. But nonetheless, so the only way I could do that and stay here is get rid of the broken ones, take them to the junkyard, and only flip the good ones. And I mean, I could afford to live here. I can afford to live here even without that. But I would, well, let me say this. I would still have to get 1 or 2 off a month. And I would still have to get my junkyard game on, which I just love that junkyard game because, I mean, $50 almost each trip. And it's just a beautiful thing. And it's right up the street. So that's what's going on with me. I will let you guys know where I land. It's probably going to be, 10 miles from here. And I think, just because it's small and, I'm not really happy with the location of it, I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to put my head down and I'm just going to grind it out for like a whole year. And I'm going to, get my pockets right and get more established in the game. And then I might move closer into the city. And what I'm hoping is I can really get enough money going where I can buy a small house, a flat, and then just rock out of the flat. That's what I really, really, really want. Just a nice flat, bang out of the flat, You know what I'm saying? Maybe a garage doesn't even have to have one, but if it does, that's cool for extra storage. And just bang right out of a flat, man. And you know, they can just come pick up from the flat or the storage unit and just, bang right out of there, $250, you know what I'm saying, for a fridge, $300 for a fridge. And I can test it all right there. I can test my dryers there. Everything, show them that everything works. Washer works, everything. And it's just a beautiful thing because the money that comes with that and the security and the customer service that comes with that, once people see that, they're always going to come to you. Now, there's some people I know who do the same thing, a couple of them. And, the reputation is, I don't know. I don't think they work on their reputation like I do, but they make good money. You know what I mean? So when I say good money, I'm talking about these guys make more than judges. I mean, I've seen a guy do $3,000 in one day. And I'm not even exaggerating. I seen him do it. Just popping. And I think he did more than that. I mean, he's just popping. And recently, he had 2 storage units. Now he has 3. And they're all filled with refrigerators, washers, and dryers. I'm telling you, this guy is probably doing he's got to be doing 30, 40 grand a month. And that's no lie. And this guy, 22, 23, he is doing the numbers. I mean, if you go one day and look at his inventory, 2 days later, that whole inventory is flipped. Plus he has plus he's become a supplier, which was smart of him to do. I do his deliveries and I fix some of the stuff for him. But, he's got other people to do deliveries for him. But this guy, yeah. And anybody could do it. You just got to have the patience and the wherewithal. But the biggest thing is having a connection. If you got one good connection, and I'm telling you, you're flying. You got one good connect, man, and I've had a couple good ones. And once those guys pull up with the truck, they show you what's available. You go, I want this, 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 and this. You buy 3 items, they're gonna go $250. You hand them the cash, they hand you the stuff. They tell you if it works or not. That's why I lost my connects. They didn't tell me something worked. And then I was like, listen, this doesn't work. You told me it worked. It doesn't. Just let's make a deal so you guys can keep coming through. They just dropped me altogether. Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202. The Lord loves you. The Lord Jesus loves you. And yeah, peace.